hour, I'm going to give you my herd hierarchy. The coaches are in. The free agents are in. The draft picks are in. I'll tell you who I believe are the 10 best teams in the NFL. I've thought of schedules. I've thought of everything. And I'll bring that to you coming up at the top of the hour. Now let's bring in Chris Broussard, former New York Times, Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio, my guy, the NBA voice of this network, Chris Broussard. First of all, the Houston Rockets leak some sort of memo, and it ends up at the other place. Now it's a national story.
Yep.
Right before the game tonight. This feels, I mean, I don't think I'm overstating it here. It feels like more manipulation from now organizationally toward the league. If I'm Adam Silver, I am not happy with this morning.
It's gone too far. It's gone too far. And beyond Adam Silver being bothered by it, if I'm sick of it, if you're sick of it, how do you think the officials and the Warriors will be? When you see Steve Kerr go out in a press conference, Steve Kerr, and mock an opponent the way he did with James Harden, that shows you how upset and focused he and his players will be. The Warriors' problem all season long has been lack of focus, boredom, complacency.
Yeah.
You're not going to see that. I'm picking them to win tonight. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy series.
Oh, you like Houston tonight?
No, I like the Golden State
I like the
tonight.
Warriors tonight, too.
Yes, because they're not going to lose focus in this series. One, because of how good Houston is. But two, because they're sick of the talk about the refs. And this has gone from gamesmanship, which we get.
Phil Jackson did this.
Right. Throw it out there a little bit, put something in the ref's head. But this has gone from that to belittling us. Now you're saying, oh, we shouldn't have won our title last year. Now you're questioning our greatness. You already got Clint Capella running his mouth all the time. And now you're basically insulting us and saying we're not that good. We only won last year because of the refs. I think you're going to get a great performance from Golden State tonight.
I totally agree. By the way, in that memo that got leaked, did they put in the fact they were 0 for 27 on threes?
They forgot that part. There's Michael Jordan in the 98 finals. He said he stopped talking to the referees.
I remember this.
Right, because we have a clip.
So we have this is Michael Jordan in 98, who, by the way, it's not like Michael never complained about calls. Magic constantly chirped the refs. Bird and MJ, Dr. J, not the chirpers. Here's MJ back in the 90s.
Michael, what was your halftime speech like? Phil said you gave a little lecture there coming in at halftime.
Well, I just said that leave the referees alone. We can complain and we can do whatever we have to say about the referees, once we get into the locker room. But out there on the basketball court, we can't control the game. The referees control the game. And every time we may mouth off or say something, we're giving away free points and digging ourselves a hole. So I just told them to shut up and play.
All right, that's Michael Jordan saying when we mouth off to the refs, we're giving away free points. They may call something that really they wouldn't have called before, whether it's a technical or a regular foul, whatever. If they were going to do that with Michael Jordan, they were wearing Jordan's sneakers in their off time, right? They were asking for autographs after games. How do you think they're going to respond, even if it's on a subconscious level?
Sure.
To James Harden and Chris Paul and all these guys running their mouth, not only during the game, but now I got to hear your GM.
By the way, did you notice in the Rockets memo to the NBA that they mentioned, I talked about this yesterday. I'm not sure you did, but I talked about it yesterday. Joy was here. I said veteran officials are generally in all sports less inclined to be swayed.
Right.
The NBA's got 70 officials or close to it. Only 30 of them work the playoffs, and then it gets down to about 20 by this time of the year.
Yep.
So the bottom line is you're dealing with the best officials and veteran officials, and Houston noted that the veteran officials have a bias. I would say the veteran officials lack bias and just aren't going to deal with your chirping.
I totally agree. And here's the flip side of it, too, or another element. Scott Foster, we know his history with the Rockets. Has had issues with Chris Paul and James Harden in the past. He's doing the game tonight. I'm not worried about Scott Foster, but I wonder with the Rockets, could this get in their head? The officiating has become such a big deal for them. And Chris Paul, as much as I respect him, you see he gets emotionally unwound
he got
at times.
Hinged the other day.
Yeah, that's like, dude, what are you doing? And I wonder if it's going to mess with them, just the fact that they know, oh, we got Scott Foster now. You know we're not getting any calls. What Houston has to do is they have to get that out of their mind. And secondly, read the game. First quarter, you will know how they're calling stuff. And again, I agree with them that Clay was in landing space. But if that's happening tonight and they're not calling it, adjust. Just say, okay, they're not going to give us these calls. We have to play through it. And if we get them, great, but we're not going to worry about that. We have to play our game. So we'll see how tough mentally the Rockets are.
Tonight's great. I get Milwaukee, Boston.
Oh, great night. Oh.
And then I get Golden State, Houston. Tonight's one of the best NBA nights of the year. You're going to get two great games. Only thing, to be honest with you, this month is missing is LeBron in the playoffs. NBA's, all the teams I like to watch are there. Now, stay there. I want to talk about the Sixers. They got big decisions. About Portland doing something last night that drove me crazy. Chris Broussard, don't go anywhere. Mother's Day is coming up. I got to tell you, one of the best products that I sell on the show that my wife likes the most are Sherry's berries. These gigantic strawberries, and they're covered in dark chocolate, white chocolate, milk chocolate. They're Mother's Day's berries. And I've been using these and ordering these for years. They don't last long in our house. In fact, I have generally 2 to 3 boxes sent to my house because the first one, it's done. Don't wait. Don't be last minute. Go to berries.com, berries.com. Order freshly dipped strawberries. Starts at $19.99 for Mother's Day or wife, sister, whatever on Mother's Day. That's 2 weeks out to make mom really, really happy.